Welcome back to, or welcome to, this is Freya and I'm Josh, and today we're going to be going over our physical TBR list, and also, if you didn't notice, we are in Freya's room. So we're going to have to kind of stay low for this one. Freya is a dog, if you couldn't tell, and her bed is on the floor. And so that's where we're going to be today. We have 5 books, but a little bit of our TBR list of how things work. We don't really have a physical TBR list. These books have been on my bookshelf for a while. I typically read on the Kindle. We use our Libby app. We have it hooked up to our Amazon, so we could just borrow books through Amazon. And that's how we've been reading the last couple books. But I figure it's a good time to start reading them. Summer's going to start up soon. We'll have time to read. So in no particular order, well, the order is the bigger one is on the bottom. The first one is from J.R.R. Tolkien, and it's the Silmarillion. I read The Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, and I've learned that this is before that. And it's the history of the elves. I love history. I don't know too much about elves. There's an index in here, like a history book. So I'm sure this is going to be a fairly intriguing read for myself. So that's the first one. Next, Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. As again, we don't really like horror or anything, so I'm not sure if this is a horror. The story of Victor Frankenstein, who plunders graveyards for materials to fashion a new being. So the closest thing I ever got to Frankenstein when I was little was that bucket at McDonald's during the Halloween time, the little green one that you get with the Happy Meal. So that's my history of Frankenstein. All right, so this next one, I'm going to be honest, A Tale of Two Cities. I don't remember why I grabbed it, but Charles Dickens, famous author. I'm sure you guys know who he is. I really don't know too many books from him, but it's the book with the famous line, "It was the best of times and it was the worst of times." So we're going to figure out what that means in this. Next, Morgan Is My Name. I liked it from the cover of the book, but also too, I had finished reading the Winter King series by Bernard Cornwell, but I finished that story, and in there was the witch who was helping Merlin, or it's a crazy story how they're tied, but Morgana, I'm pretty sure it's the same Morgana from the Tales of the Arthurian Legends. That's why I picked it up. So we'll see if I like it or not. This next one, Nala's World. It's about a cat who goes on adventures. Me and Freya go on adventures, so it's a no-brainer, right? So these 5 books are going to be coming up soon. So after we read these 5 books, we're probably going to do a 5-book review video once I'm done with all of them. Unless one stands out and I need to do a longer review video, but I think we're going to do a rapid fire review. So if that's something you're into, subscribe. If you've read these books before or you have thoughts on these books, please leave them in the comments so I could read them before I get into this journey. But until then, I'm going to get off this floor because I'm too old for this. But until then, we'll see you next time.